Hi, it is April 6th, 2024, and it has been a crazy few days. I don't know how much you know about my story, but over the last 2 years, I've been trying to get back into humanity because when I was really heavy, I didn't have the ability to go outside, and so I was isolated from everybody because I wouldn't let anybody come visit me. And so going out into the world is like a kind of a new thing for me. I've done it before, obviously, but it's been, now about 8 years since I was really like going out like on a routine basis. And I'm still not really there yet. And gosh, there's so many things to cover. Um, but my brother came to visit me and we usually have dinner or lunch. And I said, what kind of food are you thinking? And he said, you know, what if we went out? And I was just like, I was already, I had my wig on, I had shoes on, I just had therapy, so I was like mentally strong. I was like, okay, let's go. And there's a place called County Clare Irish Pub and Inn. We went at 3 o'clock, and they only have food service at 5. So we had to go somewhere else. And around the corner is a hotel called the Knickerbocker, which is actually a place I was looking at possibly living in the future. They have like long-term uh, apartments and things in there. And so I thought, oh, that'd be really neat. And they have like a bougie little like restaurant inside the hotel. And so we went in there and Rick is really wonderful because he's good at helping me get around without like he lets me do what I can do, but he's there in case I need help. And so, going down the stairs, he protects me, and going up the stairs, he stands behind me, and he's just the best bodyguard ever. And uh, I love him so much because, like, even just being here, I couldn't do it without him because he's the guy who comes and takes all my stuff and moves it for me, and he comes and gets the garbage for me because I can't go out to the dumpster, and so in a very real way, I owe a lot of my independence to him because I couldn't do it myself. And so I'm so grateful for him for so many more reasons than what I just said, but those are the things right now. And if you see a bug flying in the background, there is a fly the size of like a car that is just like decided to come in here. And I have no idea. He probably came in, during the times I was leaving, going out into the world. But, so if you see him flying around, let me know what I should name him because he's gigantic and I can't catch him. So, oh, he's over there. I swear he's as big as my thumb. It's just a giant, giant, giant fly. He's over there. Anyway, I was talking about how much I love my brother. And so we had a wonderful time and just there's been so much happening. Like when we went to the restaurant, I went to the ladies' room and there was a lady in there, and it's one of those ones where there's stalls and then there's like a room and like a ladies' room. And this was the first time I'd been in a ladies' room that actually had people in it. Um, and so I started talking to this lady, and we were talking about different things, and I had my green shirt on that it's way too big for me, so I have a bobby pin that like holds it together. And when I was washing my hands, the bobby pin fell out, and I was like, "Oh no!" And she's like, "Oh, it looks fine." And I said, "Yeah, I've lost like 200 pounds, and most of it's in my boobs because I just like my chest goes straight down now because all the skin." And we just started talking about like a little bit about what's going on, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And we like exchanged numbers, and she was just so sweet and so friendly, and it was like God put an angel in there to make sure that I felt like comfortable in society because I still am really struggling with like being out in public because I don't really when I was heavy I didn't like to be looked at, and now it's like I don't know how I feel about being looked at now. I'm working on that. That's something in therapy we're discussing. But I still struggle with people looking at me. And so to have somebody like that, she said that that I had such beautiful energy, and that she said that she felt like she had to talk to me. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was just such a nice moment. And getting to spend time with Rick, and like that's like I made a video, like a travel vlog of like content, and I was just like, this is like normal human stuff, a little travel vlog with your brother and going to a restaurant, and it wasn't for like a medical reason. It was like to just go to spend time with my brother and have an experience. And it was wonderful. And like today, my friend Stephanie Callie came to see me, and Stephanie is the patient, has the patience of a saint because it's probably been a year, maybe more, that she's been offering to come visit. And I always said no. I didn't let people come see me ever. And when Rick said, let's go out to lunch, she texted me and said, hey, I'm going to be in Milwaukee. Want to hang out? And I was just like, yeah. And so she came to visit me today, and we had coffee and a lovely talk. And so that she was the first person to come visit me that was like not a delivery person or my brother. And it's like, I had a friend come visit from out of town, and we had coffee. And like, that's like a human thing. And I don't know, it's just, it's so cool to have this. I'm going in baby steps, but like I'm excited because it's like this new place that I'm going to be going to at the end of the month. It's got that mall that I can go to, and I'm still nervous about going to it, but I'm gonna try. Like we're gonna start with going down for breakfast service and um you know seeing how that goes. And when the weather gets nice, they have picnic tables, which they're the kind that are like the picnic table is like attached to the little benches. And so that's we'll see how I do on those, but I bet you I can sit on them and that I can be out in the sunlight and talk to the people who are out there. And we're just baby stepping because as friendly as I am, I'm still very much recovering from total isolation. And that's a process. And I'm excited to do it, and it's gonna be fine. And I'm gonna find out that, all of the things that are scary in my head really aren't scary, and it's going to be all wonderful and gorgeous. And like there's a mermaid show at the museum nearby, and I really want to go to that at some point. And my favorite animal is the penguin, and the Milwaukee County Zoo just closed their penguin exhibit because they're doing a whole revamp of it, and it's going to reopen in the fall. And so I want to go see the penguin exhibit reopen in the fall. That's something I would like to do. Hip surgery or whatever, be darned. I'm going to go do it. But these are like, it still blows my mind. Like these are like human things. And I'm slowly really getting back into like actual life, and that's another thing. It's like, that part is scary too, because the world is not always a safe place. And I know that I've made videos in the past about being afraid to lose weight because that meant I didn't have an excuse to not be in the world anymore. Which sounds silly, but it really was something like being miserable but safe was kind of where I was. And now it's like, I'm happy, but I'm putting myself at risk because the world is not always safe. It's wonderful, but I do have to be careful. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of wonderful things. Speaking of wonderful things, I was saying how I love penguins. Remember how I said my friend Cherry, my beautiful, wonderful, talented friend Cherry drew me this? It's a bag. Okay, so what's going on with this is she drew this for me for my birthday. And then she said, I want you to sell this design and use the money to fund your skin recovery or reconstructive surgery. So if you want this adorable penguin, it's on both sides. But I have little t-shirts and stickers and little mugs and the bags. The bags are so cool. It's really big. It's as wide as I am, which isn't that wide up here anymore. But if you want one, it will go to funding my surgery, and you'll have a really cute merch thing. And when I have my skin removed, you own a piece of my tuchus. So if you go to, I'll have the link in the description or the bio or wherever you're seeing this. But if you want one, you'll be helping me and you get a penguin. And you'll also be letting my friend understand how beautiful and wonderful and talented she is. And I think that's the most important thing because I mean, look at how cute this is. It doesn't do it justice. This is not like it's so beautiful in person. It's so colorful and it's like a sunshine. It's like a hug and it just just buy it because it's amazing. But it's just I'm just I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. Let's say have just amazing friends and like being isolated for so long. And I know I say it and maybe it loses some of its like depth, but let me just put these guys back because I don't want to wrinkle them by putting them somewhere else. Oh, I don't even want to put anything in it because I want it to like be. Can you see them? Can you see them? Aren't they adorable? Um, I know I say the whole isolation thing a lot, and like sometimes I forget just how bad things were and how yucky things were, and so now to have things be so different. You know, if you remember how COVID was for you, I had been doing COVID for like 6 or 4 years prior to that or something like that. So I had a whole lot of experience with just being inside all the time and watching people be like, I can't be inside. I need to get out. And like now I'm getting to get out and you know, the hip isn't great, but I still can do things, you know. The pub that we went to the other day had very jagged steps and I made it up them and down them. And I got in and out of the car and I walked and I stood in the bathroom when I was talking to the lady. Her name was Layla. She was very nice. I liked her a lot. But when I was talking to her, I wasn't sitting there thinking about my back hurting. I was just standing there talking to her and it was just so nice, you know? I'm trying not to get emotional because I always get emotional, but I could get very emotional about it because this is an experience that I'm just so excited to have. And I'm so excited to share because it's like I've been getting to talk to people who are the size that I started at and to share this with them and say, this is us, you know, this is what we can do. And I can't wait to see what we can do, you know, like what happens when my hip is better? What happens when my skin is, you know, fixed? Like, what will I do? Like what did I miss? What are the things in the world that I need to go and check out because I don't even know that they're a thing. Like but I got to oh no I got to hug someone today. And I get to hug Rick every time I see him, which is wonderful. But to get to hug somebody a lot. Stephanie and I did a lot of hugging today. Oh, that's so big. I got to look in another pair of eyes. I could get emotional about it, and I did. The world is so crazy now. It's like I went from being alone to being very much not alone. And I have so much encouragement and love and support coming at me. I'm just so thankful. So thankful. So, one of these, like, maybe this is just going to be the time where I'm doing a lot of getting emotional because this has been an emotional time. And I actually talked about I'm not big on sharing, you know, what I talk about in therapy, but this I will share. Um, as I go out into the world, I'm figuring out like how I fit into it and how much I will let other people into my space because I was alone for so long. Having people in my space is like foreign to me. It's not like unheard of because I used to live out in the world normally before, but you know, it's been a long time. And so now it's like, if you're somebody who has to like come over and I say, no, I'm still working on everything. But I'll get there. I'll get there. And yeah, it's just amazing. I don't even know how to talk about it yet, but we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna figure out so many things. And when I go to the penguin exhibit, you get to come with me. And when I go to the mermaid show, I don't think I could film the mermaid show, but you'll hear all about it when I see the mermaid. And I'll be surrounded probably by 7-year-olds, but I'm gonna go and see a mermaid and teach me about the ocean. And I actually was looking into pool rentals. Like you can go to somebody's pool and swim because I love to swim. I haven't swam in maybe 30 years. That could be true. That could maybe a little less, but lots of years. And to get to go swimming again, that's going to be down the line. But I really want to start getting to swim again. I used to really, really enjoy that. And I have a really good friend who does mermaid training where she puts on like the tail and swims like a mermaid. And I'm like, yes, please. Yes, please. I want to learn to do that. I want to go into Lake Michigan. I don't know if I can go into Lake Michigan. I don't know if that's like a law. You can't, but I'm going to try um, to maybe do some mermaid swimming. Like, wouldn't that be the coolest? So those are just a few of the things I would like to do. And there's probably things that I really want to do I don't even know exist yet, but we're gonna find out together. And I'm so excited to just bring you with me on this whole thing. So, hi, I love you. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. And again, if you want to support me and help, tell my friend how amazing she is, and also give her really cute penguin things. You could do that. I mean, I have things where you could just donate money if you want, but you could get this instead, and then you can have a penguin. And then people will be like, where did you get that? And you can be like, oh my gosh, my friend Christy. I'm new to this whole thing. Don't mind me. I love you. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope something really cool happens for you today. Like something that just lights up your whole month. I hope that happens for you today. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.